Good evening, my dear students. Today we'll start a new feature of Java, very important feature. With this feature, we get benefited a lot, we the programmers. The topic is overloading, method overloading. As we know that I told you earlier in the class that there may be two types of overloading. One is method overloading and another is operator overloading. But this operator overloading is not supported by Java. It is there by default. Implicitly, it is there by default in Java. C++ supports operator overloading. So, there is scope for the programmer to use operator overloading feature while writing the code. So let's start with operator overloading. So I prepared a brief notes in a very brief way. Once you just look at the note and follow my class, it will be cleared for you. So overloading allows different methods to have the same name. Overloading means something which will come up with different forms. So overloading allows different methods. Here definitely we are talking about method overloading. The overloading allows different methods to have the same name. The method's name and name of the methods will be same, but the signature without the name signature will differ. Prototype will differ. Otherwise, that must be, no? Otherwise the Java interpreter will get confused. Which method to call? So it has the same name but different signature, where the signature can differ by the number of input parameters or type of input parameters or both. Means without the name, all the other attributes of a signature must differ. So overloading is related to compiler time or static polymorphism. Polymorphism is of two types. One is static, another is dynamic. Static polymorphism occurs at compile time. If any error is there, then error is generated at compile time. But dynamic or runtime polymorphism is different. That falls under overriding, method overriding, right? Okay, so let's continue with the discussion. So another form of definition I put in the note. When a class has two or more methods by the same name but different parameters at the same time of calling, based on parameters passed, respective method is called, or respective method body will be bonded with the calling line dynamically. This mechanism is known as method overloading. Don't get this sentence, don't get confused about this sentence. This is called dynamically. Actually the binding happens dynamically, right? Obviously, which method to invoke, that definitely depends upon the list of the arguments, type of the arguments, or return type of the methods. Okay, and dynamically it will decide according to the pattern of the calling statement of the method, whether it is passing, it is get it is getting passed with two arguments or three arguments. According to that, the runtime environment of Java will decide it, right? That's why it is called dynamically, but basically it's a static polymorphism. Okay, leave it. I have put an example here, simple example, very simple example. Here I have defined two methods with same name. You can see these are two methods, but the name is same. Name is add. Here I have declared I have defined the parameters, two parameters, and here three parameters are there. The rest of the things are same. Public static void, public static. Obviously I am just printing the value of addition of these two numbers. Here I am just showing the value of addition of three numbers. How it works? Sample obj, I am creating a sample, and obj I am creating an object of a sample class, and I am just invoking the method obj.add this. Here at the runtime it will be bound, it will get a bond, it will be bonded with this method. Here obj.add 2040, two arguments are there, so definitely it will not call this one, it will bind dynamically at the time of execution with this method. It can recognize that a method is there with two arguments. Similarly, this also, it will bind the method with this method. Okay, so this is same name with different parameters. This is all about the polymorphism. Now we will go in detail. Output is this. Okay, now another same program I have taken here three methods with the same name, two variables here, these three integer variables, and here I have changed the type of the parameter also, right, with double. As you know, the double is a primitive data type of Java. Double, nibble, all these, byte. Okay, so now it will decide which method to call at runtime. How I am creating is that driver code, means which the code which drives the program. Okay, that's why I put a command as driver code. Anyways, so S is an object of sum is our class. Actually we put these three methods in the sum class, right? Public class sum, we put these three methods. Okay. Public static void means this new sum is S is an object. Now we are calling three methods separately. When this method is executed, the Java runtime environment or interpreter will bind this method, will invoke which method? Definitely the method consisting two integer variables. Here according to the value of the parameter it will decide also, right? Because here I have changed the type of the value. Okay, so exactly it will bind with the method consisting of two integer variables here. Here, okay, two integer variables variables and returning the summation of it. Again, these three integer values are there, so it will bind with the method consisting three integer variables and returns the summation of this. And here the double type is double, two variables of double type, so definitely it will not bind with these or with these, because this is a int, these are the all integer types. Here only these two parameters are there with double type, right? Return x1. So this is another simple example of the method overloading. Okay, let me see how many of you are online right now. Aniket, Yogesh, Shumadit, Atya, Arif, Rahul, Sweta, Hilal, Devangshu Bhattacharya. Okay. Kratus, Abhishek. Okay, how are you all? So you have to think about the exam also. By the first week of the next month, BBIT will conduct an exam. So I think you are appearing the test which I am conducting. So you don't need to worry about it, right? You just keep appearing my test, then you will be able to attend 100%. So don't need to take any headache. Okay, fine. Okay. So let's continue with the discussion. Now, I have put some questions as queries on this topic, and you may get the questions, exactly these questions. So far, this method overloading topic is concerned in your semester exam or in your internal test, right? What if the exact prototype does not match with the argument? If the exact prototype does not match with the argument, what will be the consequence? The result is simple. It will go for checking hierarchically from the low range of data type to higher range, right? Priority wise. So compiler take these steps. Since it is a job of compiler, this polymorphism, this method overloading, so definitely is responsible of compiler. So compiler will follow these steps. What? Type conversion, but to higher type, right? A higher type cannot be cast with, cannot accommodate itself to a lower type, but a lower type can accommodate itself to a higher type. Common sense. So this common sense will be used by the compiler, right? Type conversion but to higher type in terms of range in same family. This is must in same family, right? So same family means float, double, integer also, because these are all numeric type, but it cannot be converted with another family like the string, character, all this, right? Boolean, whatever it is. Next, the type conversion to next higher family. Suppose if there is no long data type available for an int data type, then it will search for the float data type. I told you. So we are considering the int and float are with the same family. Now let's take an example to clear the concept. Public study, I have taken 3 methods with the same name. So it first method consisting only one argument, integer type. Second method with the same name consisting one string type argument, and the third one consisting one argument with the byte type. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Byte A 25. As you know that byte is smaller than int. Int is a greater data type than byte. So byte A is 25 assigned. Now demo obj nudo, I am creating an obj of this demo class. We have given the name of the class as demo. So obj.show, I am just invoking the method show A. So it will go to byte argument because the type of the variable I have defined here as byte. So it will go for the byte. Let's see whether that byte, is there any argument with byte type or not. Yeah, it's a byte type. So it will print the value byte argument. Now I am calling with hello a string. Okay. So let's see whether string is there or not. Yeah, string is there. So it will invoke this method. The next scene, obj.show with an integer variable. Let's see, integer. Yeah, there's a method with integer argument. So it will invoke this method. Now let's see, obj.c, if I call it, what will happen? Will I get compilation error? No. It is a character, since char is not available with any method. So the compiler will try to accommodate char to a data type or higher range than char in terms of range as int, right? So integer is a greater data type. So it will accommodate these value to integer type. Next higher data type. Okay. It will just accommodate to its next higher data type. So after char, then if we go on an ascending order according to the size, byte, char, int, float, double, this way we will go now according to the priority and according to the ascending order of its size. So this one, so okay, range is int, obj.show a string is available, obj.show 7.5, since float data type is not available, right? Float data type is not available. Let's see, float is not available, integer available, string is available, byte is available, float is not available. So what will happen? What will happen? Float cannot be accommodated with integer, cannot be accommodated with string, cannot be accommodated with byte. So what will happen? What will happen? Will be an error. So this is not allowed. This is not allowed. Float is not allowed. Up to this is allowed. Good. Okay, got it. Are you enjoying the class? Are you enjoying the class? If not, then I will think that you are not getting anything, you can put your comment in chat box. Okay, I have embedded the chat box with the video, you can see, right? Hmm? Please respond, please respond. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Okay, fine. No, next. Yes sir, clear. Okay, fine, sorry. What is advantage? I am discussing with the questions also, not only the code, not only the theory, and the questions, probable questions you will get in at the time of campus interview or at the time in your exam also. So it will be clear totally. Okay. What is the advantage of method of validity? What does your common sense say? We don't need to write different methods for the same type of job. We can use the same method, changing a bit. Okay, so it is written in this language. We don't have to create and remember different names for functions doing the same thing what we need to do in C, right? For example, in our code, if overloading was not supported by Java like C, we would have to create method names like sum1, sum2, sum3, sum3, sum4, this way. Okay, so this has become a great advantage for the programmer. I started with that. It is very useful for the programmer, right? Very convenient. Can we, next question, can we overload methods on return type? Can we overload methods on return type? When we can overload the arguments, right? But can we overload the return type? We cannot overload by return type. This behavior is same in C++. In C++ also we cannot overload return type. Return type must be same in overload. But here we can do that with some alternative approach, that is static, that I am discussing. Say here, public plus main info, public info. I am declaring and defining two methods with the same name. This may differ as we are discussing, the type of the arguments may differ, but here so far we discussed, we kept the return type same. You can check void. Okay, this return type integer, all are same data type. For the return we kept same, but here we are in a code, we are going to check if we differ the return type also, then what will happen? Does Java support it? Here int and char. Now we are calling. So since it is a Java compiler, compile time you will get error. Compile time you will get error. So what error will get? Compiler error. Oh, this function is already defined. So once you define, you cannot redefine again with differentiating the return type of it. You can define so many methods the same name with different argument, number of arguments, and changing its type also, but you cannot differ, you cannot put different types as arguments as return type. Okay, now we will do it using some alternative method. However, overloading methods on return type are possible. This is a very common question in campus interview. So everyone will know about this now. If we don't go in detail, everyone will answer, no. It's not possible. Return type must be same. In most of the books you will see And definitely it is also mentioned what is the specialty or what is the exception. So you have to keep in mind overloading of return time is possible, not in general, but with this way. If we make all the methods static, then overloading of return type is also possible. Got it? Public static and foo same. We have changed these. Leave it. We have discussed. We are changing ain't care void return type, but we have made it static. Now you will get no error. You will get the desired output, right? So if we make return type static, then overloading is possible. Those are the answer, right? Java program to demonstrate working of a method. All this what I did, I put a complete program. I make it a complete one, right? Same thing in char public. Here overloading in int char, but I didn't make it static. Okay. Public int a, public char return a, class A, public static void main, a new object, system dot out dot print a foo1 and foo12 dot return type, overloading in method, return type. Just a minute, let me check one thing. Fine. Static. Yeah, I made it static. Na? Here I made it static and class main and in just a minute. Here I put all these in a different class main. Okay. And here also a class A and class main static void main system. Actually I think this must be static. Okay, this must be a static one. This definition of method, public static int and public static, I missed these two, right? Okay, this must be static. Okay, can we overload static method? Can we overload static? The same question we are asking again with a different style. Here the question was, can we overload the return type of the method? Here with the static keyword, here the same question, can we overload static method? Yes, the answer is yes. We can have two or more static methods with same name, but difference in input parameters. Input parameter must be different, okay, in all cases. For whenever we will be going to overload the static method, the input means the parameter type must differ. For example, consider the following. This one, again this public static, this test dot same thing, same concept we are applying here. Okay, so these must be different. Here nothing was there. This for this integer and this for argument. This is integer, right? Next, can we overload methods that differ only by static keyword? Can we overload methods that differ only by static keyword? We cannot overload two methods in Java if they differ only by static keyword. The same question are asked in different style. Can we overload static method? Answer was yes, but the argument types must be different at least. Right? Now here the same question are asked in different style. Can we overload methods that differ only by static keyword? We cannot overload two methods in Java if they differ only by static keywords. Number of parameters and types of parameters is same. We cannot do. So this must be changed. This must be different. Public text here. See, foo only the same. These are two same type of arguments we are passing. We are just here passing the. You can see the string. Okay, but we have changed one, the public static foo, public static void, right? We have changed. We didn't mention this one, right? We didn't mention we didn't make it public. We didn't make it static. Okay. And so compiler error, cannot redefine foo. You will get cannot redefine foo. Clear? Now, can we overload main in Java? Another tricky question. Whatever we are doing, we are overloading so many methods, but can we overload the main itself? Yes, like other, because main by default is declared a static method. So we can overload a method with another static method. Like other static methods, we can overload main in Java. Yes, see, public static void main is main as usual. But here overloading main method, another main method, the static public static void main string here GL1 overload main method. And here what we have done here, this is the definition of main, and here a simple difference with the definition. Here we made this object, or this is object of this class test main, and here we didn't define any object. Now here also we implemented object with a different thing. So public, and again third one, public static void main, but here we have taken two arguments. You are usually used to take one argument, one array of strings, right? Here I have taken two strings separately. This way also it can be done. We are actually overloading this, okay, because this is being overloaded with by its general signature of the main. In main, what we pass string args, this is the general form we use it, right? We are habituated, but we can change this one, right? This is only one string. Here what is there, I discussed the implication of this. This is the basically array of strings what we supply from the command line argument. All the words are considered as individual strings, okay? So output, you will get the output. The answer is this. So the question was, can you overload main in Java? Like other static methods, we can overload main in Java also. Does Java support operator overloading? No. What I started with, unlike C++, Java does not allow user-defined overloaded operator. I am talking about operator, right? Operator overloading is not supported. It is there by default with Java. Internally, Java overloads operator. Internally, Java overloads operator. For example, plus is overloaded for concatenation. You can write a simple thing without making anything, that string 3 is equal to string 1 plus, with this plus string 2. So string 1 will be concatenated with string 2, and the result will be stored in string 3, right? But in C++, we are supposed to overload these explicitly, because the arithmetic, the addition arithmetic is not possible in string if you don't define the method in such a way. Okay, now what is the difference between overloading and override? This is very important question. At last, most of the teachers prefer to ask this one. What is the, or you can get questions several times in your semester exam. What is difference between overloading and overriding? Overloading is about same function have different signature. See, same function of different signature. Void this one, void. Here overriding is about same function but same signature but different classes. So overloading happens in with a different function, and overriding happens same signature but different classes. So overriding, whenever that overriding concept is there, there must be the concept of inheritance, base class and derived class. These two classes are having same methods. So definitely I discussed in the earlier class, the derived class will get the priority to invoke the method having the same name, which is there also in base class. But if we need to invoke that method of base class, we are supposed to use super, right? Super keyword. So this is the difference between overloading and overriding. Overloading is an example of compiler time polymorphism, and overriding is an example of runtime polymorphism. Why runtime? Because only runtime we can instantiate an object, we can create an object. Creation happens only in runtime, no? So it is the job of runtime polymorphism, overriding. Okay, that's all with the today's session. So this overloading is completed, and I think today was the last date of submission of your assignment. You must submit it, otherwise means by Sunday your marks, the CA3 marks must be uploaded. So unless I get the assignment from you, it will not be possible for me to put any marks for the students, for the absentees. So you must submit the assignments by today, by 12 at most. And as I told you that you don't need to write all the questions. Number one, you only write the questions on the basis of the topics which I mentioned, means the topics which I discussed. You have to find out the questions on those topics. So those questions only you have to solve. Okay, and don't go for solving the MCQ. We will discuss the MCQ once the entire syllabus will be over. You can submit the assignment in two forms. If it is handwritten, then just make a scan copy it and put it in a PDF file, and you send the PDF file. Or if it is doc type, so fine, and you can also send a PDF, but doc file, try to attach the doc file also for that, because I will give a scope to edit, means to make correction. Okay, and for you, and that's all. Nothing else, nothing important to inform you. And as usual, I told you, in every week I will take an exam, online exam. So we will be doing that, and I will inform you. Okay, all of you stay fine, stay at home, and be safe, and good night.